From the time of the ancient Persians, when the civilization first systematized the postal service, to the medieval ages, when heralds fomented mass emotions for the monarchy, to the age of print, when the church, the government, and knowledge was incorporated into society even more, to the age of war, when messengers were shot, pigeons were used to hide messages, and telephones brought the seat of government to the front lines. The media has been part of the political, social, and economic growth of nations and states. After all, how else would we know the events of history and politics had not for the media people who have more or less died in the line of duty? The media is never an easy discipline. In the case of the Thomasian community, more and more fresh high school graduates decide on taking the humanities discipline, more in particular, the media. The communication arts and journalism majors combined constitute the bulk of the Faculty of Arts and Letters. But how is this relevant to the understanding of media and politics? Now being part of the political ideology of nations, the media usage by political means incorporates a more mass-oriented and personal approach. This translates to the Philippine context. The usage of media for political means and political agendas, whether by national or by personal means by the working candidate. How aware are the media organizations of UST about media and politics? The media is a powerful tool, a power to manipulate the tide of any political activity, because the power to lead or to create. Advertising and public relations are some of many aspects of media that are used by the politicians to either create control and assurance. Sometimes, too much control and too much power.
How do you see the relationship of Philippine media to Philippine politics?
The media kasi is the fourth estate. It's supposed to be independent from the other three branches of the government, yung judiciary, executive, and legislative. It acts as a watchdog para to ascertain na ginagawa ng government and yung mga branches ng government, yung mga purposes nila. And parang it's yung media yung nag-shape ng opinion ng public about sa mga politicians and about the policies they push for. I think pwede pa media needs more work. Kasi parang hindi din sila immune sa influences ng mga politicians. So hindi, yung pagiging fourth estate, sobrang ideal siya. Hindi siya yung totally nagagawa ng carry out ng media. So parang I think they should work more on that. And
how about in terms of political campaigns or political advertisements? What's your opinion about that?
As long as nag-a-abide naman sa rules yung politicians and yung media, wala naman silang specific na tao na pinifavor, I think there's nothing wrong. Pero kung tipong nagbibigay ng extra time for a specific person, I think there's something wrong with that. Kasi nga, you're supposed to be non-biased sa mga politicians.
Sige. Thank you po. How do you see the relevance of Philippine media to Philippine politics?
I think the role of or the importance of Philippine media in Philippine politics cannot be disputed, especially this election season. The Philippine media plays a very important role, very relevant role in the political campaigns. No? The media can fact check the claims of, for example, the media can fact check the claims of those who are running for government offices. So if Senator X is claiming that he was an outstanding, or if Senatoriable X is claiming that he did this, he has done that to his constituents, so the media could check, the media could verify and go to that place and verify if that politician's claims are true and valid. At the same time, the media could also be used by the politicians as propaganda machineries, which could be dangerous. So I think this season in the Philippine politics, media and politics are inseparable in the sense that the media should do the checks and balances, should verify, and at the same time, it is exposed to the perils of being used by the politicians.
Sir, how do you see the relevance of Philippine media to Philippine politics?
Okay, your question is on the relevance of Philippine media to politics.
Yes, sir.
Let's go first big picture. Media help shape minds. Ultimately, in shaping these minds, they shape perception and opinions of voters towards politics. But unfortunately, it's common knowledge in Philippine politics, we are very personality driven. We should be issues driven. Okay? All media, there are some media entities like PCIJ and Inquirer. These are examples of media entities which pursue issues. Okay? They help the voters understand how a particular candidate stands behind a particular issue. As communication practitioners, it is our role and obligation to inform and enlighten the voters on issues. There is an existing TV commercial of CNN. They not only inform and enlighten, they encourage debate.
I think that's a good visual peg in terms of what role or the relevance of media in politics. Ultimately, politics should be a free exchange and debate of issues. And this is where media can play a role. Media should facilitate and encourage the free flow of information and encourage debate on issues so that our political system will probably improve and we'll get better candidates winning in the election. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
One thing is for sure, the power of media will always change. The political system will always dictate the freedom of the press, whether in communist or in democratic. The media will always turn the tide in any political activity in any country. That is why the political fourth estate, the watchdog of society, the bringer of truth, must always be vigilant at all times.
In 1962, this issue has been placed on the back burner, administration after administration. Now, analysts are urging the government to take a firm stand on the issue and define once and for all its policy on Sabah.
Philippine interests first. Dr. Clarita Carlos is among those who've issued strong calls for the government to be more active in its Sabah claim. Carlos says there's historical basis for our claim and that we should not worry too much.
Certificate of candidacy si Mayor Alfredo Lim na inasang makakatapat naman si dating Pangulong Joseph Estrada. Nagpapatrol si Jeff Canoy.
Wala pang balak si Manila Mayor Alfredo Lim na magretiro. Kanina kasama ng kanyang mga tatakbong konsehal at Vice Mayoralty candidate na si Lou Veloso, nilakad ni Limang Comelec galing Manila City Hall para ihain ang kanyang Certificate of Candidacy.